Since starting Major Gifts Ramp Up, we have significantly increased our budget. We've doubled our agency budget from about 1.6 million to 3.7 million. And as part of that, our individual giving went from about 300,000 a year to over a million a year. So it's now about a third of our annual budget. So, SafeLight has been serving Henderson County for 40 years for all survivors of violence, abuse, and exploitation. And Major Gifts Ramp Up really helped us understand how to talk about ourselves in a bigger picture way to help our donors know how to be invested in part of our mission. And we went from having small sponsors and small events raising 20, 30, 40,000 a year to an event the first year raising 150,000, second year 250,000, and then we exceeded over $500,000 in our third year. So we never would have thought that was possible without the guidance and the mentorship of Major Gifts Ramp Up. When I was first introduced to Major Gifts Ramp Up, I was trying to figure out, as a new executive director in this agency with a new development director doing development for the first time, how we could learn a model together to help guide the agency for some future growth. Major Gifts Ramp Up is a model to help teach you how to be better stewards with your donors for fundraising. And so the 2-day event gives you, if you will, your menu, your full, this is what your 18 plus months plan should look like. And here's the big chunks of it. And it just helps you start thinking in a different way about how to do fundraising, if you will, the right way, a better way. And I think it's something, having been to 3 now, because I like to re-up every year to my self, just to make sure I get a nugget, something new every time that I needed to think about differently, or, oh, that means so much more now. So I like to go to refresh and train myself and my team. And I think it's a really good way to make sure you have a model that you do, I was a team of 1, then 2, now 3, and hopefully the next goal 4, your team together learns a way to do it together. So it's just a really good way to have a clear plan. What makes Major Gifts stand out to me is someone who is both a social worker and a data nerd. I like that it has a very succinct plan of action. It chunks out what you're supposed to do and the order you're supposed to do it in forms and formulas and ways to make it happen, so that you can really plan out the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the annual, the 2-year plan of what you want to achieve and how to do it. For me, it's just been so great to learn a model that's got an empirical basis of how to really be more mindful of how we treat our donors and how we engage them as a customer to be part of our mission and the work that we all do together. So I think it's just given me a different way of thinking about fundraising as part of the organization and not separate. And I'm trying to help our whole agency have this mindset of knowing the bigger picture and all the pieces and how they can be part of that too. So all of my staff becoming in some way part of development, not just the separation of titles or direct services, where it's not separate. We're all direct service, we're all fundraisers.